Right now, while you are reading this, there exists a version of you 5 years ahead in a body that carries 5 more years of experience, with a mind that has resolved what today still does not know how to resolve, with a calm that only time can give. That version of you exists, and tonight it comes to visit you. Welcome. Hello, I am Jordi from Conscious Mind. Tonight we are going to do something different. We are going to go meet who you will be. If this meditation moves you, subscribe, give it a like, and activate the little bell. That allows me to keep creating. Thank you. Before we begin, I want to ask you something. Let go, just for tonight, of the version of you that believes it knows how things are going to turn out. The version that is afraid something will not work. The version that carries the weight of pending decisions. The version that wonders whether it is on the right path. That version has done extraordinary work up until today. It has come this far with you. Tonight it can rest. Because the one who comes to visit you tonight already knows how this part of the story ends and has something to tell you. But to receive it, you need to be in a specific state, not the state of the mind that analyzes, not the state of the mind that evaluates and questions, the state of the mind that simply receives. That state is the one we are going to create together now. It is the same state that precedes sleep, the state where the ordinary mind lowers its guard and something deeper can emerge. You do not have to do anything special to get there. Just keep breathing. Just keep letting yourself be carried. We are going to prepare the body and the mind for this journey with the portal breath. A portal does not open all at once. It opens slowly, with the same cadence with which the body opens to sleep, with the same patience with which consciousness opens to what it does not yet know. Inhale through the nose for 6 counts. slow, deep, as if the air were coming from far away, as if with each inhalation you were bringing something from the future into the present. Hold the air inside for 3 counts, as if you were on the threshold, neither inside nor outside, neither in the present nor in the future, in the space between the two. Exhale through the nose for 6 counts, just as slowly, as if the breath were returning to where it came from, as if with each exhalation you were letting go of something from the present to make space for the future. Six in, 3 on the threshold, 6 out. Do it with me. Inhale, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Hold, 1, 2, 3. Exhale, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Good. Again. Inhale deeply. The abdomen expands. The chest follows. Hold on the threshold. Exhale slowly. All the air returns. One more time. Inhale, 6 counts. With each inhalation, the body becomes heavier. Hold, 3 counts in that space between. Exhale, 6 counts. With each exhalation, the mind becomes quieter. Continue with this breathing without counting if you do not want to. Just let the 2 parts be equally long, with a pause in the center. Good. Let the breath find its natural rhythm. And now I want you to do just one thing. Notice the weight of the body. Not the body in tension, not the body managing, the body at rest, the body that weighs. That weight is the anchor to the present, and from that anchor we are going to travel. The anchor is not released. You will remain connected to the body throughout the entire journey. You will continue feeling the surface beneath you. You will continue hearing the breath. That is what protects you in this kind of journey. The body as root, the body as cord that joins you to the present, while the imagination goes farther. So, if at any moment during the journey you feel that the mind gets lost or distracted, simply return to the weight of the body. Simply return to the breath, and from there, return to the path. Imagine that in front of you there is a path. It does not matter how you imagine it. It may be a dirt path, a city street, a corridor of light, a trail in a forest. Whatever appears in your mind is correct. That path goes forward, toward the time that has not yet happened. Each step you take on that path equals several months of real life. The path is time, and you can walk along it. Begin to walk, slowly, without knowing exactly what is at the end. Just walking forward with the quiet certainty that something is waiting for you. You feel the surroundings change slightly as you move forward. Not dramatically, just a different light, a different air, a feeling that the time around you is not the same as when you began. The first stretch of the path is the most familiar. You recognize things. They are from the present or the recent past. Images of your life from the last few months. People, places, moments. Let them pass without stopping at any of them. This is not the time to revisit. It is time to move forward. You keep walking and the path begins to change texture. What you recognize is left behind. What appears ahead is less defined, more open, more possible. That area where the path becomes less concrete is the future. There is no need to fear it. The future is not a threat. It is a space where something can still be written. And you are already writing it. With every decision you make today, with every night, like this one, in which you choose to care for yourself. You keep walking. In the distance, at the end of the path, there is a figure. Do not see it yet. Just feel its presence. A presence that feels strangely familiar to you. Like when you recognize someone before seeing their face. Something in the posture, in the way of being. That figure is you. 5 years ahead. 5 years of experiences you have not yet lived. 5 years of things you learned and things you let go of. 5 years of mornings that have not yet arrived. Walk toward that figure, slowly, with respect, like someone going to meet a person who has made a long journey. You are close now. You can see the details now. How is that version of you standing? What is there in its posture that the present one does not yet have? Observe without judging, without comparing, simply receiving the image. That version of you looks at you, and in that gaze, there is something you recognize. Not pity, not superiority, something more like deep understanding. The understanding of one who has already walked the path you are still walking. Who knows what it costs? Who remembers exactly how it feels to be where you are now? And who, at the same time, knows what is on the other side. That double perspective of knowing the effort and knowing the result is what turns that gaze into something different from any other gaze you have received. And that version of you smiles. Not because everything is perfect, not because the 5 years have been easy, but because what seemed like a problem from where you are now, from where she or he is, already has another size. It no longer occupies the whole horizon. It is now only one part of a larger story. Now you are face to face, a few steps apart, and you can see something else. What is that version of you wearing? What is in the space around her or him? Is she or he alone, or is someone nearby? What time of day? Is it where she or he is? Do not build the answers with the analytical mind. Simply receive what appears. What appears is information. The mind always knows more than it believes it knows. And there's something else you notice when you are so close. That version of you breathes differently, more slowly, more deeply, more from the abdomen, like someone who has nothing urgent to resolve in this moment, like someone who has learned to be without needing everything to be perfect. That is the first thing given to you simply through presence. The reminder that this way of breathing is possible, that it is not an unreachable ideal, it is your future. Your future self speaks to you, not necessarily with words. It may be with words, or with a sensation, or with an image, or simply with something you feel in your chest when you are near. But there is a message. There is always a message. And the message begins with this: you arrived. It does not matter what you are going through right now. It does not matter what decision worries you. It does not matter what you still do not know. You arrived. Those two words contain more than they seem to. You arrived means that what worries you today was resolved one way or another, as you expected, or in a way you did not expect, but it was resolved. You arrived means that the decisions you have not yet made, you made them, and the world did not end, and there continued to be mornings. You arrived means that the people who matter to you now, some will remain, some will leave, some will arrive whom you do not yet know, and the heart continued to be capable of loving. You arrived means that the fears you have now, not all of them disappear, but they change size. What from here seems like a mountain, from there is only a hill you already crossed. You arrived, and you continued. Your future self wants to show you something. She or he extends a hand to you, and you take it. And with that contact, you see, without words, without necessarily clear images, only as an inner knowing what those 5 years are like. Not the details, not the events, but the texture. How does life feel in those 5 years? Is there more lightness than now? Is there something that weighs in the present and no longer weighs in the future? Is there something that is absent in the present and present in the future? Do not build it with the mind. Let it come. What comes is what needs to come. And if nothing concrete comes, that is also fine. Sometimes the encounter with the future self does not give images. It gives only a sensation, a temperature, a different weight in the chest. That is also information, perhaps the most honest of all. Allow yourself to stay in that sensation without trying to translate it. The mind wants to translate everything. It wants to know exactly what it feels means. But there are things the body understands before the mind. And tonight, the body is the one in charge. Stay in the sensation without analyzing it, without naming it, just being with it. Your future self has something more to tell you, not about the future, about the present. There is something that from where he or she is, he or she sees clearly about you right now. Something you cannot see because you are too close. Just as you cannot see the whole painting when your nose is pressed against the canvas. From 5 years ahead, that something is seen clearly. And what your future self says about the you of now is this: you are being braver than you think. The things you do every day without recognizing them as courage, the difficult conversations you have, the decisions you make without having all the information, the changes you begin even though you do not know whether they will end well, the moments when you continue even though you are afraid. All of that from 5 years ahead looks like courage. And your future self wants you to know it now, because now is when it is most needed to know it. Your future self has one more thing to give you before you return. It is something small. An object, a phrase, a sensation, a color. It does not matter what form it takes. Extend your hand, open in your imagination, and your future self places that gift there. Do not look at what it is immediately. Close your fingers over it softly. Feel it before seeing it. What temperature does it have? What weight? Is there any specific sensation it produces in the palm? Now, if you want, you can open it without expectations. without the mind deciding what it should be, what appears is the right thing. Receive it without analyzing what it means. The meaning will come on its own, sometimes in sleep, sometimes tomorrow, sometimes days later, but it will come. It always will. Keep that gift, not in the mind, in the chest. That is the place where the things that truly matter are kept, where they are not lost, even if the mind forgets, where the body remembers, even when the mind does not know. The moment has come to return. Your future self knows it. She or he looks at you one more time, and the last thing you see in that gaze before separating is confidence. Confidence in you, in the you of now, in the decisions you have not yet made, in the steps you have not yet taken. That confidence is not blind. It comes from someone who has already seen how this part ends, and who knows that it ends well, or that it ends in a way that, from the future, is seen as well. Before letting go of the hand, there is one last moment. Your future self looks at you like someone looking at someone who is about to undertake a long journey, with that mixture of nostalgia and certainty of one who already knows what that journey is like. And what is transmitted in that gaze is not warning. It is not instruction. It is only accompaniment. As if saying, I was there too, and look. Let go of the hand. Begin to walk back. The path is the same, but the direction is the opposite. And as you walk back, you notice that the path seems shorter. The return to the present is always faster than the journey to the future, because the present is always closer than it seems. As you walk back, you feel that something in you has changed. Not dramatically. You do not know exactly what, but something has settled. Like when a question you had been asking yourself for a long time stops feeling urgent, not because you have answered it, but because somehow you know that it has an answer. That is enough. Sometimes we do not need the answer. We only need to know that it exists. The path ends. The weight of the body returns. The surface beneath you returns. The room returns. With that return, you notice something curious. The present, which before perhaps felt too narrow, too complicated, too uncertain, now has a little more space, as if the journey to the future had widened the edges of what the present can be. You have not solved anything, but something has changed in the way you relate to what is here. That is exactly what perspective does. It does not solve. It expands. And from a broader place, everything is different. The same problems, the same life, but seen from a little higher up, from the viewpoint of time, and what from below was a wall, from above is only a step, and from a broader place, everything is more manageable. And that is enough for tonight. Tonight something in you has expanded, not dramatically, not in a way you can measure tomorrow, but something. One more degree of openness, one more millimeter of trust in the path, a question that was urgent before and now can wait. That is enough. Great changes arrive exactly like that. 1 degree, 1 millimeter, 1 breath, 1 night like this, night after night. There is something I want to tell you about this exercise. I have done it many times, in moments when I did not know which path to take, in moments when the present felt too uncertain to trust it. There was a time when I was between two worlds, the world of show business that had been my life for years, and something new that still did not have a clear name. Conscious mind was an idea, not yet a reality. And in those moments of uncertainty, I wondered how this would look from 5 years ahead. Not to know the exact result, but to be able to make the next decision from a broader place. The perspective from the future does not solve the present, but it removes urgency from it. It removes the weight that everything has to be clear now. It reminds it that the present has always been only the beginning of something. That is what your future self has brought you tonight. Perspective. And perspective is one of the rarest and most valuable gifts that exist. Because most of the problems that keep us from sleeping are not problems of the present. They are problems the mind has projected into the future. And when you go to the future and see that you are still there, standing, breathing, the projection loses its power. Tonight, the future is no longer a threat. It is a confirmation. Notice how the body is now, compared with how it was when you began this journey. Where is there less tension? What area of the body feels different? Is there something in the chest that was not there before? You do not have to answer these questions with the mind. Just notice. Just observe. The body receives the experience differently from the mind. And what the body keeps from tonight will last longer than any thought. Now bring your attention to the chest, where you kept the gift from your future self. You do not have to know what it is. Just feel that it is there, like something that was not there before and now is. With that something in the chest, with that confidence borrowed from the future, allow the body to sink a little deeper into the surface where you are. The shoulders falling, the arms weighing, the legs letting go. The journey has ended. You do not need to do anything else tonight. And if later during sleep images, conversations, fragments of what you lived in this journey appear, do not interrupt them. Sleep will continue the work you began here, in its own way, in its own language of images and sensations. The brain, during REM sleep, processes exactly this type of experience. It integrates them. It consolidates them. It turns them into part of who you are. So if tonight's dreams are vivid, let them be. They are part of the process. take a portal breath to close the journey. Inhale 6 counts, very slowly. Hold 3 counts on the threshold. Exhale 6 counts and feel how the portal gently closes behind you. The future still exists. It will always exist, and you will always be able to visit it when you need to. But tonight, the work is done. The thoughts that come now no longer have the density of before. They are light. They are the echo of the mind that is still processing what it has just lived. Let them pass like leaves in a river, without grabbing them, without following them. Your only task is to stay here, in the body, in the weight, in the breath. Take one last portal breath. Inhale 6 counts, very slowly. Hold 3 counts on the threshold. Exhale 6 counts, and with that exhalation, gently close the portal. The journey has ended. The message is stored. The gift is in the chest. And sleep can now carry you to integrate it all, in the depth where the things you receive tonight become part of who you are. Tomorrow, you will be a little more the future you that you visited tonight. Not because you have done something, but because you saw it. And what is seen cannot be unseen. There is a curious thing about visualizations of the future self that neuroscience has begun to document. When the brain visualizes the future self, with enough detail and enough emotion, it begins to treat it as if it were real. It begins to create neural connections in that direction. It begins to make small decisions without you consciously noticing that move toward that self. It is not magic. It is neuroplasticity. The brain shapes present behavior toward the future it imagines most clearly. Tonight, you have given it a clear image, a direction, a destination, and the brain is already working in that direction. Without you knowing it, while you sleep, while you know nothing, while sleep does what only sleep knows how to do. Part of that work tonight is to integrate what you saw, to make space for that version of you that already exists, that is already waiting for you, that already trusts that you will arrive. Let it happen. There is one last image I want to leave you with before sleep fully arrives. Imagine that the future version of you, from where she or he is also lying down at this moment, also about to sleep, also on that threshold between wakefulness and sleep. And on that threshold, in some way that linear time cannot explain, you meet the you of now and the you of the future in the same space of sleep, in the same moment of surrender to the night. And in that silent encounter, without words, without images, something is transferred. The serenity of the future toward the present, the energy of the present toward the future. An exchange that happens only in sleep, that the waking mind cannot facilitate, but that sleep does with complete naturalness. Tonight, you will sleep connected to that. And tomorrow, if upon waking, you remember something from tonight, a fragment, an image, a sensation, do not dismiss it as a simple dream. It may be information, it may be continuation, it may be the future self finishing telling you something there was no time for tonight. Write it down if you can, even if you do not yet understand what it means. Allow the eyelids to grow heavy, the arms to grow heavy, the legs to grow heavy. Let the whole body surrender its weight to the night. The path has been traveled. The journey is done. The message received. The gift kept in the chest. Now only one thing remains: to sleep. And let sleep do the rest. I want to leave you with one last reflection before sleep carries everything away. In many spiritual traditions, there is the idea that time is not linear, that the past, present, and future coexist in some way. That what we call the future is not something that has not yet happened, but something that already exists and that we have not yet reached. If that were true, and there are quantum physicists who consider it seriously, then your future self is not a fantasy. It is a reality you have not yet reached. And tonight's encounter was not imagination. It was contact. Contact with something that is already real, even though you do not yet live it. Contact that gives you information about the direction in which to move. Contact that gives you energy, borrowed from the result that already exists. Sleep with that, with the gentle certainty that the future is already there, that the you visited tonight already exists, that the path between where you are and where you will be already has a known ending. You only have to keep walking. And tonight, you can rest from the path. You can let go of the map. You can let go of the compass. You can even let go of the question of whether you are going in the right direction. Tonight, someone who already arrived confirmed to you that yes, you are doing well, that yes, it is worth continuing, that yes, it will arrive. And that is enough to sleep in peace tonight. Enough for the body to surrender completely. Enough for the mind to release what it cannot resolve tonight. Enough for sleep to do all the rest. And tomorrow, let it be another day to keep walking. Good night.